Even if you drink milk every day for the next 100 days, eat your protein, and take calcium supplements to build your muscles, if you don't take these two specific vitamins at night, you still won't rebuild muscle or beat sarcopenia. You've probably been told that taking calcium pills helps you build stronger muscles, right? Well, what if I told you that's not true? Forget calcium pills, because in just a few seconds, I'll reveal the two vitamins you should take at night to rebuild muscle and reverse muscle loss while you sleep. They work better and faster than calcium ever could. Here's why. Your muscles perform about 70% of their repair and growth at night, especially between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. I'll start with the second best nighttime vitamin, since it's easier to find. Then I'll reveal the absolute best one, the one most people overlook. I'll also share 3 supplements you should never take at night if you want to maximize recovery and rebuild muscle while you sleep. Subscribe now if you've not. Now let's begin. Number 1. Vitamin D. When you take vitamin D before bed, something amazing happens as you sleep. During sleep, your body puts that vitamin D to work. It activates special receptors in your muscle cells, called VDRs, which help your muscles recover, strengthen, and perform at their best. Think of vitamin D receptors as tiny messengers with a big job. They tell your muscles to absorb more calcium and phosphorus from the food you eat. These minerals are essential for muscle fibers to contract and grow stronger. Here's the bonus. Taking vitamin D at night helps trigger your body to produce more testosterone while you sleep. That matters because testosterone is what allows your muscles to use the protein you've eaten to build new tissue overnight. Without enough vitamin D, this whole repair system slows down by as much as 60%. It's like trying to build a house with only half the bricks. On top of that, vitamin D helps lower inflammation in your muscles while you rest. This speeds up recovery, protects against workout soreness, and helps fight sarcopenia, the age-related muscle loss that makes us weaker over time. Now, you might think you get enough vitamin D from the sun, but what if I told you that they lied? In fact, most seniors only get a fraction of what their body really needs from sunlight. Compare that to a single vitamin D3 supplement, just one capsule often contains 2,000 to 4,000 IU. That's nearly 10 times more than what you typically get from the sun alone, according to research from the National Institutes of Health. Vitamin D is important for skeletal muscle development and optimizing muscle strength. They've found that vitamin D supplementation in older adults has consistently been shown to reduce fall risk and improve muscle performance. This shows just how powerful vitamin D is in helping your body build and preserve muscle, giving you the strength to keep doing the things you love, whether it's gardening, playing with your grandkids, or simply getting out of a chair with ease. So, how do you make sure you're getting enough vitamin D? One of the simplest ways is with a supplement. Aim for 2,000 to 4,000 IU taken with your evening meal that includes healthy fats. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, so taking it with food helps your body absorb it better. And if you'd rather get your vitamin D naturally, try this delicious idea. Bake a fresh fish, such as salmon, sardines, or trout with a drizzle of olive oil, garlic, and lemon. Serve it alongside sautéed spinach and a hard-boiled egg. The fish and egg yolk are both excellent sources of vitamin D, while the healthy fats in the olive oil help your body absorb it more efficiently. A single meal like this can deliver anywhere from 300 to over 1,000 IU of vitamin D, depending on the fish you choose. Now, while there are certain supplements you should never take, especially at night, which I'll reveal later in this video, for maximum muscle growth, you must take vitamin D together with the next supplement I'm about to share. If you only take vitamin D, you still won't build muscle unless you pair it with this second vitamin. Together, they work incredibly well to supercharge your muscle growth. Number 2. Vitamin B complex. Imagine a big construction crew building a skyscraper. Vitamin D, which we just talked about, is like the foreman giving the orders. But the B vitamins, they're the crew, the workers with the tools, the ones actually doing the heavy lifting. Vitamin B complex is a group of 8 essential vitamins that work together to turn food into energy, support your nervous system, and keep your muscles, brain, and cells functioning at their best. While you're asleep and dreaming, your body goes into full repair mode, and every single B vitamin in the complex has a unique role to play. B6 helps your body turn the protein you eat into new muscle tissue, while B12 is essential for keeping your nerve cells healthy, which is essential for sending the signals that tell your muscles to contract and grow. Even better, vitamin B complex helps your body use all the energy from your food. So those nutrients don't just sit there, they're put to work immediately to repair and rebuild you from the inside out. In fact, a well-known academic publisher, Juniper Publishers, published a study that confirms the essential role of B vitamins. They found that B-complex vitamins act as coenzymes for numerous enzymes in the body. This means they are essential helpers for a number of processes including cell division, nutrient utilization, and the repair of damaged cells and tissues. This is a game changer because sarcopenia is literally the breakdown of muscle tissue. So, by taking these vitamins at night, you're giving your body the necessary tools to not only stop that breakdown, but to reverse it. It's like you're handing your body the blueprint and the tools to fix itself while you're asleep. This all means a huge difference in your day-to-day life. Imagine waking up with less soreness after a long walk, or feeling like you have more power to lift that heavy bag of groceries. You'll be able to move with the same ease and strength you remember from your younger years, giving you back the independence to do what you want. So, how do you get this mighty muscle-building team into your system? The simplest way is a B-complex supplement taken in the evening, right along with your vitamin D. But you can also boost your intake with delicious, everyday foods. This includes lean chicken or beef, eggs, and milk. Plant-based options are great too, like chickpeas, lentils, and dark leafy greens. You can also try a hearty dinner of grilled chicken breast with a side of roasted chickpeas and sautéed spinach. For a simple snack, you can grab a handful of almonds and a hard-boiled egg. Remember how I said you have to take these two vitamins together? Now you know why. Without the B vitamins, your body can't properly use the power of vitamin D. And without vitamin D, the B vitamins don't have the support they need to fully rebuild your muscles. Together, they are an unstoppable team, giving you the power to fight off sarcopenia and regain your youthful strength. However, there is a problem if you pair these muscle-building vitamins with the 3 supplements I'll share with you next. It doesn't matter how much vitamin D and B complex you take. These supplements would undermine the benefits. What's worse is that there's a high possibility that you've taken the 3rd supplement at least once this week. In fact, these supplements can be poisonous and work against your muscles when taken improperly. Number 1. Mass gainers. Mass gainers might sound appealing because they promise a quick way to bulk up. But here's the truth. Most of them are little more than glorified sugar shakes. They're loaded with cheap calories and sugars that don't build quality muscle. Instead, they often lead to exactly what you don't want: unwanted fat gain. Yes, you do need a calorie surplus to build muscle, but simply drinking hundreds of extra calories from sugar without the right kind of exercise is a recipe for disaster. Here's a simpler way to put it. As you get older, your body becomes especially efficient at storing excess sugar as fat, not muscle. This reminds me of a patient I once worked with, a wonderful senior named Betty from Colorado. Betty was in her late 60s and determined to regain the strength she had in her younger days. She started drinking a mass gainer shake every night, believing it would build her strength. But without exercise, the shakes did the opposite. After a few months, she looked bigger but felt weaker, was constantly tired, and even struggled with basic tasks like climbing stairs. When she came to see me, she was confused about her declining strength. I explained that instead of building muscle, she was accelerating muscle loss or sarcopenia. The extra calories and sugar were stored as fat, which not only failed to improve strength but also reduced her muscle's ability to use protein effectively. In short, she was making her sarcopenia worse. So, what did we do? The solution was surprisingly simple, but it required a change in mindset. First, we got rid of the mass gainer shakes. We replaced them with a balanced diet of whole foods rich in protein and nutrients. Then we focused on gentle but consistent resistance exercises, starting with just her own body weight. Betty began with chair squats and wall push-ups, gradually building strength. Within a few months, she didn't just regain her strength, she felt like herself again. She could garden for hours without fatigue and had the energy to play with her grandkids. Betty's story shows there's no shortcut to building muscle. The right supplements, like the 2 vitamins we discussed, are the fuel. But exercise is the engine. You have to put in the work to use that fuel. Mass gainers may seem tempting, but if you don't use the extra energy, your body stores it as fat, which accelerates muscle loss. So, if you're serious about rebuilding strength and beating sarcopenia, avoid empty calories and focus on real food and real movement. But there's another supplement you need to be mindful of, one that many seniors take to boost their immune system. Number 2. Antioxidant supplements. You've probably heard that antioxidants are good for you, and they are. They fight free radicals and support overall health. But here's the problem. When it comes to muscle growth, too much of a good thing can actually be harmful. Here's why. To build new muscle, your body first has to break down old muscle during exercise. Intense workouts create tiny bursts of oxidative stress in your muscle fibers. That stress acts as a signal, triggering your repair system to rebuild the fibers and make them stronger than before. That's the foundation of real muscle growth. But when you take high doses of antioxidant supplements, like large amounts of vitamin C or vitamin E, you shut down that signal too soon. It's like turning off the alarm before the repair crew even knows there's work to do. You're blocking the very signal your body needs to rebuild and grow muscle. In other words, you're preventing your body from doing exactly what it's designed to do to fight sarcopenia. I once had a patient, a senior gentleman called Thomas from New York. He was a health enthusiast and a strong believer in supplements. Every day, he took a handful of antioxidant pills, convinced they were protecting his body. He went to the gym regularly, but despite his effort, he wasn't seeing progress. In fact, he was getting weaker. He couldn't open a jar of pickles, and even walking up a flight of stairs left him out of breath. Frustrated, he came to me worried that he was simply too old to build muscle. When I reviewed his supplement routine, the issue was clear. His high-dose antioxidants were canceling out the effects of his workouts. They were fighting against the very process that triggers muscle growth. His body was trying to send the "get stronger" signal, but the supplements were silencing it. The solution was surprisingly simple, though it felt counterintuitive at first. We cut out the high-dose antioxidant supplements completely and shifted the focus to whole foods, colorful fruits and vegetables that deliver antioxidants in a natural, balanced way. Along with a consistent workout routine, the results started to show. Within a few months, Thomas's strength came back. He could stroll around the neighborhood with his wife without getting winded, and best of all, he finally opened the jar of his favorite pickles with ease. Thomas's story carries an important lesson. The goal isn't to avoid antioxidants altogether. It's to get them from the right sources, like whole foods, so your body can do its job naturally. Taking unnecessary pills can actually hold back your progress instead of helping it. And if you're someone who likes to load up on extra supplements before a workout, I have a surprising revelation, one that's not good for your muscles. Number 3. Pre-workout formulas. To build muscle and fight sarcopenia, one supplement you'll want to avoid is the pre-workout formula. These products are tricky because they're designed to feel effective, yet they can quietly push you toward muscle loss instead of growth. And let's be clear, this isn't about a simple cup of coffee. It's about those colorful powders in oversized tubs with flashy labels that promise instant energy and superhuman performance. The truth is, many of these supplements aren't well regulated, and they often contain ingredients that work against your goals. Worst of all, some act as appetite suppressants. And if you're trying to build muscle, you need to eat enough quality food to fuel growth. I once worked with a patient named Arthur, a senior from Texas in his late 70s. He was very active and wanted to keep up with his younger friends at the gym. A friend recommended a popular pre-workout supplement, so Arthur started taking it before his workouts. At first, he felt a rush of energy, the classic pins and needles sensation that some mistake for effectiveness. He felt motivated, but he also began skipping meals because he wasn't hungry. Without realizing it, he was starving his muscles of the nutrients they needed to repair and rebuild after each workout. The pre-workout gave him a temporary feeling of power, but it was a false signal. He was exercising, but his body was in a constant state of deficit. After a few months, he came to me concerned. He was losing both weight and strength and couldn't understand why. He thought he was doing everything right, but in reality, he was accelerating sarcopenia. However, the solution was pretty straightforward. We cut out the pre-workout supplements and returned to a natural approach. Arthur focused on consistent, balanced meals throughout the day to provide enough protein and calories. For an energy boost before workouts, he switched to a simple cup of coffee, as many experts recommend. Within a few months, Arthur's strength and appetite returned. He not only regained muscle, but also felt a renewed sense of confidence and real progress. Arthur's story shows how a supplement that looks helpful on the surface can actually hold you back. That so-called boost may feel convincing at the moment, but it's only an illusion. Real muscle growth isn't built on quick fixes. It comes from steady, balanced nutrition and consistent exercise. Now tell me, how often do you take vitamin D and B complex? And which of the 3 supplements we've mentioned have you been unknowingly taking at night while trying to beat sarcopenia? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single one, and I truly want to hear your experiences. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up to show your support. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more valuable health tips for seniors. See you in the next video.